Hello, in this video I'll be talking about the topic of my senior capstone project, NLP. NLP is short for Neuro Linguistic Programming. It is a collection of communication and behavior change techniques based on the premise that the way people think, the language they use, and their behavior patterns are all interconnected and that they influence one another. The techniques and understanding of NLP are used to improve ourselves and our well-being, and that's what makes this important. NLP is all about communication, self-awareness, and changing habits. They help with our stress, confidence, and communication skills, which are all useful in school life and many other aspects of life. So now, you may ask, how exactly is NLP useful for students in school life? I'm going to start talking about that now. NLP can be used to manage test anxiety, improving focus, and motivating people, and is sometimes even used by school counselors. I'll give some examples of NLP methods to give you a clearer idea of how. First, let's talk about reframing. Reframing, in simple terms, is changing the way one interprets a situation to shift emotional response. Now, that sounds vague, so let's give an example. A student gets a bad grade on an exam and feels very bad about it, and you advise them to think of getting a bad grade as a feedback for improvement rather than failure. Reframing is mentioned across multiple NLP studies as a core communication tool. It is said to be safe and useful for stress management or motivation in academic counseling. Another method is called anchoring. Anchoring is creating an emotional trigger that helps people recall a positive state like calmness or focus. This emotional trigger is usually a gesture, phrase, or visualization. An example of this would be telling students to press their thumb and index finger together whilst taking a deep breath to recall a calm state before a test. Like the name of the method implies, it anchors a specific emotion to something, and whenever you remind yourself of that something, you recall that emotion. Anchoring is very easy to teach and apply, and is very suitable for anxiety reduction and performance focus. Visualization is another NLP method relevant in educational environments. Its definition is using vivid imagery to simulate a future success or positive outcome. That sounds a bit complicated, so here's an example. Before a presentation, a student imagines himself speaking very clearly, the audience smiling, and feeling composed. Basically, it is imagining yourself being successful so you worry less about failing. This method encourages emotional regulation and goal focus. Then, there is modeling. Modeling is observing and adopting the mindset, language, and behavior of successful examples. For example, a student observes a peer who gets good grades and starts copying their time management and study habits. Basically, modeling is setting a role model for yourself. It encourages reflective learning and peer mentoring and fits collaborative school culture. There are many more NLP methods such as meta-model questioning and the rewind technique. The definitions and examples I gave are also some of the simpler applications of NLP, and there is more nuance to each method that I didn't cover in this video. These methods also fall under other psychological fields, so they're not exclusively unique to NLP either. Nonetheless, all of these methods can and are used in educational environments. They can help students feel more confident and improve academic performance. Now that we've looked at some examples of NLP methods, let's talk about the benefits of NLP. One of the main benefits is that it can help people manage their emotions better. Techniques like reframing or visualization can help students reduce stress and feel more confident in difficult situations. Many students feel nervous before a test or presentation. So, as mentioned, through methods like modeling, they can feel more confident. Another benefit is improving communication. Since NLP focuses a lot on language and how we interpret things, it can help people express their thoughts more clearly and understand others better. NLP methods can also encourage positive thinking and self-awareness. When students become more aware of how their thoughts influence their feelings and behavior, they can learn to manage those thoughts more effectively. However, NLP has a lot of controversies, which are also just as crucial, if not more, to understand as well. Although NLP is widely used in coaching, personal development, and counseling, many experts do not agree about how scientifically reliable it is. For example, the Wikipedia article for NLP notes it as a pseudoscience. Some studies do suggest that some NLP methods, like the rewind technique, which is a method used to help people process difficult memories, can help people manage stress or even reduce symptoms of trauma. However, other researchers criticize NLP for having limited scientific backing. Many studies used small sample sizes, and the methods are often not tested as rigorously as other psychological treatments. Because of this, many psychologists believe that NLP should be used carefully and not treated as a universal solution for every problem. So although NLP techniques can sometimes be useful, they should be considered tools that only work in some situations and only for some people. Understanding both the potential benefits and criticisms is important so we can discern when to use these techniques correctly. Another useful and important skill regarding NLP is being able to recognize when NLP-like techniques are being used in conversations. Sometimes teachers or school counselors may use similar methods without necessarily knowing that they're NLP. For example, a counselor might advise a student to look at a problem from a different perspective, which is very similar to reframing. A teacher might tell a student to imagine themselves succeeding in an upcoming exam. That's visualization. Or a friend might encourage you to copy their study habits to succeed. That's similar to modeling. Recognizing these techniques can help students understand how communication works and how certain methods can influence the way we think or feel. It can also help students become more aware of their own thinking patterns and how others influence them. Another interesting aspect of NLP is that some of these techniques can be used between peers to support each other. For example, if a friend is feeling depressed about their grades, you could reframe the situation by reminding them that mistakes can be opportunities to learn. If a classmate feels nervous about an upcoming presentation, you might suggest them to visualize themselves succeeding. Students sometimes already do these things naturally when helping their friends or themselves without knowing their NLP. Well, how do we know this? Well, I sent out a survey to the SJA dorm and received 40 responses from grades 6 to 12 on whether students have used techniques similar to reframing, anchoring, visualization, and modeling for themselves. Turns out, more than half of the students have tried all 4 of these techniques or something similar before. However, it is important to remember that students are not professionals. If someone is dealing with serious mental difficulties, students should seek help from a teacher, counselor, or another professional, as using these techniques could do more harm than good. To summarize, some methods such as reframing, anchoring, visualization, and modeling can help people manage stress, improve communication, and build confidence. These techniques can sometimes be useful in school environments, especially when dealing with anxiety, motivation, etc. But at the same time, NLP is still very controversial, and some researchers support only certain techniques, whilst others believe that more research is needed. Because of this, it is important to approach NLP with skepticism. By understanding these ideas, students can become more aware of how their thoughts and communication influence their experiences in school and everyday life. And that's all for NLP, and thank you for watching.